Just another real deal.
Real Deal TV.
Hello, welcome
Hello. Welcome.
to another episode of Real Deal TV.
So thanks for joining us. This is episode 4. Before we kick it off, I wanted to plug the Patreon real fast. We have, quite a few people that have come back to us after the long hiatus. So thank you guys. We've already kind of delivered. Some people chose the tier where you get the audio a week early. So some people have already heard last week's on audio only ahead of time. So thank you guys. And we're going to be updating, stuff more. We might even change some tiers to make it more desirable or whatever. But this week, Colin and I are going to be working on the first episode of the Patreon only episodes, and that's going to be exciting. I think that's going to be one that no one's going to want to miss.
You want to tell them about it, or do we want to surprise them?
No. So we're going to watch BVS Ultimate Edition in a few parts, probably.
2 or 3, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 2 or 3 parts, because it is 3 hours long. And it's going to be kind of just on the road to Zack Snyder's Justice League. So we'll talk about all the things it gets right and all the things it gets wrong.
The very
Have
few
some fun.
things it gets wrong.
A lot of the things
It'll be
gets wrong.
fun. Yeah,
It'll be really fun, because I haven't watched the Ultimate Edition in at least a year.
I put it on. I made a horrible mistake of putting it on at 10:30 p.m. to try to go to sleep. It was 11. And because I go to sleep watching a movie every night.
Right.
And I definitely just watched the whole thing.
I don't know why that's a movie you go to sleep to.
Because it's dark. It's the lighting is what I look for, like a nice dark movie, and that is dark. So,
well, I think we're gonna record the first part of it this week, and we'll release it. One of the tiers is a free extra episode every month, but I think we'll probably just throw all of them on in 1 month.
Yeah,
2 months.
Sometimes we'll just do bonus shit that everybody gets.
Yeah,
right.
So we appreciate it. Mostly it was just to pay for the RSS feed, because it's free to you guys, but it costs us money to do, especially having to buy cameras and stuff like that. We're not trying to
we're gonna do it either way, but
yeah. But
at some point we gotta get the Pro Zoom account too. And
the Pro Zoom.
That thing's crazy.
I saw a couple of people complain that the episode was short last week, and part of that was by design. Like, we don't, if you want an episode every week in COVID time, we gotta parse the content out, because ain't shit happening. We'll tell you about it right now. After this, just not shit happening. So, but once shit does start to happen and there's more stuff to talk about, we got to be able to talk longer than 40 minutes without having to do some serious editing. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to do that. But yeah, anyway, so the link will be in the description, hopefully, and help us out, get some cool content, and yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
So news-wise, like I said, there ain't shit happening. Most of the same kind of follow-up stuff is that we talked last week. The Ray Fisher stuff. Officially, Cyborg is being written out of Flashpoint, which
it's just kind of a bad look to do, unless it was mutually agreed upon.
It seems vindictive. It even seems vindictive not to just recast it. I feel like just getting rid of the character is a worse look than just
I agree
hiring someone else. So in Flashpoint, Cyborg is kind of he works for he recruits the Thomas Wayne Batman to kind of fight, get into the fight between Aquaman and Wonder Woman. So that's kind of a character that you can kind of throw someone else into.
Anybody can do that.
I was thinking like if you're gonna introduce a Green Lantern into this Green Lantern show, like maybe that's how you introduce Guy Gardner is making him that role.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I mean, it's a bummer. I'd still like to know what really happened. Because
Maybe
at this
you
point,
gotta wait for
like,
the autobiography.
yeah, at this point, it's like he must have signed an NDA and gotten like a payout to just go away. I don't know.
I mean, he's still
Because
fighting.
why wouldn't he just say it?
Yeah, true.
The role's gone. What's there to lose if he didn't sign anything? You know what I mean?
You're right.
So I'm very curious, but
Sad
whatever.
news. So I mean,
There's
there's a couple things that are gonna make Zack Snyder's Justice League bittersweet to watch now.
well, yeah, and knowing that it's
That's
a
it.
creative cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
as it was put. We'll see though. If it ends up being good, which maybe not.
Maybe it'll
But
be
if it
good.
doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be liked enough. This whole thing exists because people liked BVS enough
Right.
and hated Justice League enough.
Right.
So I feel like, the will of the people. We'll
People
see.
need something right now.
There's been a lot of we the people talk in the last 6 days or whatever. And maybe they just need to redirect their energy to something more worthwhile, like Justice League 2.
There you go. There
All right,
you go, I guess. Maybe 7 or 8 movies between Justice League 2.
No, just go right into it.
Okay.
It's a prequel.
Okay, there you go.
To what? I don't know. Zack Snyder's Justice League actually is a prequel if you think about it. It's like a movie that they just made too quickly. And then, I don't know, whatever. That's basically it. There's nothing to talk about. So thank you guys for listening.
WandaVision is apparently really good. So next week, yeah, that's it. So that's, we'll get started talking about that next week. 2 episodes.
And that's 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to like spoil the fuck out of it 2 days after it comes out?
Totally. Absolutely.
How do you want to handle that? Okay.
A warning.
I am. So people are freaking out about spoilers, which I agree. It's like you got to draw the line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes, especially the last episode of The Mandalorian,
mm-hmm.
for something that you don't have to leave your house and go drive and pay money and get a babysitter.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more forgiving.
And to these event things where it's like the second you open the internet, anywhere you're gonna go it's gonna be
yeah,
there.
Right.
It's on you.
It is on you, and that's not excusing people that were spoiling the season finale of The Mandalorian, because I watched it at 7 a.m.
Yeah, same.
And there were spoilers online at 7 a.m.
Absolutely. So
like that's inexcusable. But like a day, 2 days, if you don't want to watch it that bad, it's on you.
I agree.
So
yeah, it just shows it. If you give a fuck, you're gonna go out of your way to get it done early.
And any of you sickos that are banking these weekly episodes so that you can binge it once the season's over, you're sick in the head.
That's insane. My stepdad does that, and that makes sense to me because he's like a stepdad,
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
If that's what you do. I don't know.
The week to week wait that's the best part.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
I feel like we got something back that was taken from us.
Absolutely. And even if even while it still happens on network TV, but it's not for shows I give a fuck about.
Right.
That's what it is. It's like the quality of the show is so good that it brings me back to just when I felt that way about TV in general.
Do you remember the first show you binged?
Lost.
Dude, me too. I was literally going to say that. I woke up, or like I don't remember what it was, but my mom had rented the first 2 seasons and I had never watched it. And it was like during a weeknight, a school night. And we watched the whole like second half of season 1. Dude,
The
network TV is
fifth and sixth discs?
so fucked, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I don't know what changed or when it changed, but a full hour TV show for 22 episodes on network TV is psychotic.
Dude, the OC season 1.
Dude, it's like
27 episodes.
I watched it like 3 months ago. I was like, are we still in season 1?
It's unreal how much happens in season 1. It's 5 seasons worth of story.
I read that what's his name, the showrunner, like
McGee.
he was talking about season 4 or season 3 because everyone hates season 3 or season 2.
Season 4 is the one people hate.
I think people hate season 3.
Season 3 is awesome because it's like
no, people hate season 2. People hate season 2.
Well, that's crazy.
He was saying he was saying that he was like one of the youngest showrunners ever, and he was like, I didn't know how long I was going to be able to make this show, so I just packed season 1 with every idea I had.
That makes sense.
But we watched seasons 1 and 2 of Lost like within 3 days, and then so we could catch up and watch it week to week.
Were you watching week by season 3?
Yes.
Oh my God. No, see, I started way late.
But hold on, I didn't finish the show until years later. I was over it. I was over it mid season 5.
Oh, see, I never got there. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say I like the ending.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Okay.
I like
I like some terrible stuff too, so I'm not going to judge you.
The church aspect I don't like, but I don't think it's symbolic of like Jesus. I think it's just like a safe place where all of their spirits finally met because like they were the most important people in all of each other's lives because of that time they spent together.
Yeah.
So like that's who they spent eternity with essentially. I don't know. I never really overthought it.
It's a nice thought.
The epilogue really ties it all together.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that didn't make the episode.
But yeah, that was my first binge experience that I can remember.
But it was the first. There's 7 seasons of Lost.
6, I think.
Okay, well I binged the entire show except for the last one. So the last season was the only one I watched week to week.
Oh, really?
So that was like so painful after not having to wait at all.
Yeah. That's how I was also late to Game of Thrones. I didn't start watching Game of Thrones till season 4.
Wow. So then by the time you got there.
Yeah, it was already not good.
Impossible to wait.
I'm just kidding.
It's good. I think about Game of Thrones a lot.
I think I bought the audiobooks because I'm like, let's see what the big deal is.
It's got to be awesome.
It's got to be
10 times more detailed, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the names.
That's hard. Even watching the show, I'm like, what?
Dude, there's so many different names. It's like trying to watch like a Kurosawa movie and pay attention to the names, but these names are made up.
I know.
I've heard some Japanese names before, but I've never heard
Kawashima and like Kawashomo.
I can keep better track of Japanese names than these made up ass names.
It's hard, man. I'm playing Persona 5 Royal right now.
Yeah.
And you're right. Every name I'm like, oh, Makoto. Yeah, she's fucking dope. Yeah. One of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah.
To anybody watching this that cares. Masterpiece.
Sure.
I'm a straight. Right. What's the like weirdo anime Reddit guy called? What are we called now? We have in that community. A waifu?
Waifu?
WAIFOO.
Hit us in the comments if you know.
Waifu. All right.
So it's Wi-Fi. Okay.
So should we get on to our gimmick today?
Yeah. Yeah, you and I kind of follow different rules on this list. So
that'll be fun.
It's going to be different.
This is where the fun begins.
All right. So
not, when there isn't a major release or something, we're just going to do fun stuff like this where we can rank things like all the theatrical Batman movies. So we're gonna do this in chronological order. You ready? Batman 89.
I'm gonna just say B.
B.
I'm gonna put it B.
I put mine
Yeah.
in the A tier.
So I actually watched this literally 2 days ago, dude. And you know what's sick? When was the last time you were in the presence of cable television?
I had Hulu Live briefly at the beginning of last year.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty amazing.
So, we've been hanging out at Shannon's parents the last couple days, over the weekend, and they have cable, and I kind of miss just not. I still scroll through the guide, to look for something to watch, but I like that the decision's made for me what's on, and I just got to pick. Hey, this is on,
Sure.
and
It's like a Spotify
it's
playlist,
kind of.
you know?
Oh, I love Spotify.
I knew you
Playlist.
would.
But Batman was on, and I watched it, and you have to take kind of your modern mindset out of it.
Totally.
And take it for face value. This was actually, my mom told me this was the first movie I saw in theater, which is fucking sick in the head because I was less than a year old.
That's
My
insane.
parents are not good people.
When those people show up with the baby to a movie like that.
I do remember seeing movies when I was like 3 years old in theater, and they would bring a pillow and a blanket for me, and then they would see like the latest show possible, that I would fall asleep in the theater. I think that's like
smart.
kind of a good tactic.
That's the way to do it if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. It's so Batman 89 is good. I like
cultural milestone.
Yes, I like Michael Keaton's aloof, weird Bruce Wayne. He's kind of kooky.
Oh, am I rich?
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, like when he's showing what's his name, the armor in the mansion.
Right.
He's just kind of a dick about it.
Yeah.
And obviously the score is
all
second
time.
to none.
Yeah.
Minus the Prince stuff, I could care less about that. Not that I care less about Prince, but I don't
like. It doesn't always hit for me. There's some spots where it kicks in, like Joker in like the art gallery, the restaurant.
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I love that.
That doesn't do it for me.
That hits hard.
The parade is fine because it's supposed to be. I don't know. I have a weird relationship with. I like simultaneously miss when event movies had their own pop song to go with it.
Yeah, I love it.
And like a cool like tied in music video. And I also simultaneously hate that because I think in the early 2000s it became something bad. Like I have like flashbacks of the Daredevil soundtrack.
It got good again with 50 Shades of Grey.
What is that one?
Just hits every time.
No, dude, you know when it got good? When it got good was Twilight and Twilight New Moon.
Yeah,
those soundtracks.
The Paramore track.
Paramore. New Moon has a Likey Lee song that is awesome. That whole soundtrack rocks. I think it's pretty well documented that we stand
Twilight
Saga. Yeah, for sure.
Last one is one of the greatest action movies of all time. better battles than Lord of the Rings.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm far.
Better twists than some Shyamalan twists.
Straight up.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So Batman, A for me, B for you. Here's the ranking.
Yeah. But you put a bunch in S and A.
Yeah. You can do that. You can stack.
Okay. All right. Well, I did this wrong. I don't really understand this. I know it's like kind of a meme.
Yeah.
And I'm just not really up on this one.
It's all right. We're getting you up now.
All right. Go ahead. Next one.
Batman Returns.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Oh, you're going to do it.
F.
Yes.
F.
Hard E for me.
F as in fuck this movie.
Fuck this movie.
I also watched this recently because it was on cable.
I did too. I was watching Christmas movies and it was just like, I might as well throw it on. And this movie sucks to begin with. We're just going to let you know. This movie fucking sucks. Catwoman's sick.
Hold on though. Hold on. It sucked. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the best Batman moments though is in the beginning where Bruce Wayne stands up in the light of the bat signal.
Sure.
He's just sitting there like this. I don't know what he's doing. He's just sitting there like this. And then
there it is.
mirrors reflect. When he has guests, do they not see those mirrors?
I guess not.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I mean, there's things I like. Like I like Michelle Pfeiffer. And anybody watching this movie likes the movie because of Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito.
I don't like it. I specifically don't like it because of Danny DeVito.
That's fine. But the people that like think about this movie, it's like, oh, come on. Penguin and Catwoman? But like the movie sucks. And anything you like about it is purely nostalgic. And it's not a good Batman story. It's not a good story.
He kills so many people.
He murks motherfuckers way more than the fictitious scene in BVS. The thing that's not even real.
The nightmare.
Yeah, the nightmare.
Yeah, but the car chase in
kills.
The car chase in BVS, he murks a lot of people.
Those were non-lethal rockets.
No, those cars exploded.
No, those are NLR, brother.
Dude, he dragged a car and then killed some guys with the car.
No, that was a non-lethal car. It's Batman. He's got these wonderful toys. So yeah, Batman Returns fucking sucks. The only reason I didn't,
dude, when he rips the mask off
the
his head.
rubber mask. What?
Like,
he's a billionaire. Rubber.
We know it's a rubber mask, but in the movie we accept that in the movie it's not rubber.
No, yeah, it's
armor,
but instead it's straight up fucking Spirit Halloween sales section rubber bullshit,
dude. And then it's just like ripped neck. It's so bad.
And then I swear it cuts away and then goes back and it's like ripped perfectly, like on a.
And he has the black makeup on the eyes, and then he rips it, and then there's no
gone.
Black. We know, dude. We know.
I don't mind because it's like
I hate it.
I feel like he would have some rich guy explanation for the black, like a thin layer of black.
But he doesn't have a rich guy explanation for his rubber mask.
No, the rubber mask can't be explained. Lucius Fox, he's got some work to do. So Batman Returns. The best part of this movie, the best part, is Paul Rubens and Simone from Pee-wee as Penguin's parents.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would have loved Paul Rubens as Penguin.
Me too. Christopher Walken, what are you doing in this movie? Why are you in this?
Why is he talking like Christopher Walken?
What are you doing? It's
and
insane.
Yeah. And who would you say this to?
Dude, half the movie is straight up him just going, I'm running for mayor.
Dude, and Zangief is his son.
Yeah.
From Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's madness.
I might bust it up for that one.
You're going to put it up to E for that?
I might put it up to E for Zangief.
All right. The only reason it's at E is because there's such an obvious.
Nope. You're wrong. You're wrong on that one. Dude, for pure entertainment
we'll get
value,
there. No,
I was straight up.
I completely agree with what you're about to say, but let's wait.
All right.
I completely
agree.
Right.
You're right.
All right. So yeah, that's a hard E for me. Are you keeping it at F or are you bumping up to E for Zangief Jr.?
No, it's straight up F.
Okay. I love that. Up next is Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
All right. So since we're doing this, it's obviously an S.
Capital S.
What does S stand for? Super?
I don't know. Special, I think.
Super good?
It's
okay. What is this from?
It's just a thing. I don't know. It's like the Latin alphabet, I believe, is S, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I don't think that's true.
No, just don't look it up. I got it. So yeah, Mask of Phantasm.
I took Latin for 4 years in high school, and I don't think it's true.
You took Latin in high school?
4 years.
Why?
Because I liked, honestly, the movie Hercules, starring Disney's Hercules, and then Gladiator, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, and look, Latin is cool. It's like the foundation of absolutely everything. But
The
There
language.
was there was something so crazy to me as a kid about the girls who were like, I'm gonna do French instead of Spanish in like a city where like
Oh, in LA, that's
everyone
straight up
speaks Spanish.
stupid.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's not smart.
And then
Honestly, it's either.
what?
Go ahead.
My Spanish teacher in freshman year was a Jewish lady. In the San Fernando Valley, my Spanish teacher was just a young Jewish woman.
Was she like a Spanish Jew
No, she just spoke
from
fluent Spanish
Spain,
for some reason. Just a young Jewish woman.
from
And
Ibiza?
in like what, what is the population of like Hispanic people in Los Angeles County?
All of them.
They're like they all live here.
I think in LA County there's 20 million people. I
And
gotta
they have
believe
a
that.
Jewish young lady as a Spanish teacher.
I gotta believe that at 12 million of them are Spanish speaking, native Spanish
Yeah.
speakers.
And then the 8 people that speak French that took it in high school for some reason. Moving on.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need to debate this.
No.
It's a capital S.
Yeah, it's really good. And so I always try to leave animated out of the conversation because it's not fair.
It's not fair, but it's a theatrical release, and
It is. So if that's what we're talking, then sure.
yeah,
It's so good. That's all there is.
Mhm.
And what they do Danny Elfman's score and the
show, yeah,
the show's score is based on Danny Elfman's score, but this movie has a different score than the show, and it's like still built on those two scores, and it's so good. Introducing an original new bad guy
who
and
rocks,
knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, that's something like
And
it's crazy that like Harley Quinn, right, created for
Mhm.
the show.
Yeah.
A massive phenomenon now.
Right. Well, I mean, I think both of them were created by Bruce Timm, who's like a genius.
Phantasm's
And
gotta come back in live action at this point.
I mean, she's canon now in the
Yeah.
comics.
There you go.
So it's not impossible. I would love it. That the love story is like tragic when he puts the mask on for the first time and scares Alfred is like one of the ultimate scenes ever.
It is a quintessential Batman story.
Yeah, I mean it's like an origin story, like a new origin story. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got Mark Hamill crushing it as always. Yeah, it's undeniable. I remember, I think it was Christmas. This one actually came out Christmas 92, right? So Batman Returns also came out 92, but it was a Christmas movie that didn't come out Christmas. Yeah. I loved it.
At some point, were they out at the same time?
That I don't know.
I think it's possible. But
movies were out in theater for forever back
forever.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of forever, up next we have Batman Forever.
It's hard for me not to make this ass. So the next two movies that we're going to talk about, I have to separate the fun times I associate my life with them.
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
Because certainly Batman and Robin is not a good movie. Certainly. Batman Forever not good.
I don't think it's bad.
But it's not bad. No, it's not good, but it's not bad. And I mean, you know this. Dom and I quote Jim Carrey in that movie almost daily.
You know that movie better than Jim Carrey does. You remember more things than Jim Carrey does, I guarantee.
Dude, I referenced it today. We were talking, Shannon and I were drinking coffee this morning, and Elliot tried to grab the mug, and I go, caffeine will kill you. And that's just, I just talk in Jim Carrey as the Riddler now.
Yeah.
So I put this. So let's see. I put this. Let me look at the stupid thing because I did it wrong. I guess I would be. What did I say? Batman was B.
Yes.
Okay, we'll put it at C then.
It is a C for me as well. I saw this in theaters. I had an amazing time.
Yes, it's so fun.
It is a blast. The introduction of Robin was like something I was so excited about.
Right.
And it was
It's
done
great.
well in Batman Forever.
It was. It's also though a little crazy to see. I haven't watched it in a little while, but thinking back on it, Chris O'Donnell looks so old. He's probably not that old. He's probably like only 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
But he looks so old.
He
Why
looks
is
like
this?
he looks 28, and they should have cast like a borderline high school looking person.
Why is Batman, who looks 35, adopting this 30-year-old?
Yeah.
And then why is this 30-year-old doing his laundry with karate?
That's the best scene
That
in the movie.
that scene is legitimate. I think I posted about
It's
this a couple
awesome.
years ago. That scene, it's in the script.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
written-
it's like
it is a
all typed out.
scripted scene.
Every action, like Dick twirls the button-up shirt with it, like
Dude.
it's all in there.
I'm not used to people waiting on me, Al.
That means that he just learned that he busted that. Whoever choreographed that,
I don't
he
know.
nailed it. But yeah, it's a strong C. It's like a C.
It's fun, and the new score is good too. I like it.
There you go.
It's fun. All right.
Val Kilmer's sole appearance.
He is great.
Yeah, he's good.
I read did you read the thing on Collider about when they did this whole article about Joel Schumacher, and they talked about how he actually filmed like an hour more movie. Like,
Where's
remember,
that?
the flashbacks, the flashbacks with his dad's book. And
Yeah.
like there was a lot of flashbacks of him as a kid, and it was a darker movie.
Release the Schumacher cut.
I need the Schumacher cut.
We gotta have it. Maybe the estate will let us have it now. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Such a good movie. All right.
It is. Up next, not a very good movie, but something I like. It took watching this as an adult to realize why people made fun of it. Because when it came out, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I had the poster. My dad, I don't know how, but he got early screening tickets to it, and I saw it like 2 weeks early, and they were handing out posters. So I had the poster on my wall. I had that next to it, a Star Wars Episode 1 poster.
Two films,
Yes. Did not. That means that Batman poster was on my wall for 2 full years. Because Episode 1 didn't come out until 99.
And then
That's
somebody
crazy.
was like, "Hey, I'm coming over," and you're like, "Fuck, I gotta get."
Yeah.
A girl was coming over, and you're like,
"Yeah, a girl." When I was 8 years old.
Exactly. Was it that young? When did it come out?
97, I think, right? Wow. Summer 97.
Yeah, I guess so. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was in the single digits.
Arnold.
So good.
Like
brilliant performance.
An all-time performance, I would say.
Dude, I would say if someone could make the argument that it's retroactively like avant-garde. Like they were
100%.
They were pushing the audience in like an experimental way.
Yeah, it was like
to see what we could deal with. Yeah.
Look at that. Look what we did there.
Yeah.
It arguably feels the most like a comic book of any of the first
100%. It's straight up Batman 66, but on DMT or something.
Yeah. But fucking way sicker.
Dude, there's
I don't
there's a
want to give it an F.
Batman American Express, dude.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't have an F.
Okay, good.
Straight up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it at D. It's better than Batman Returns for sure.
What did I put? I put Batman Returns as an F, right?
Yeah, you gave it an F. I might rewatch it and be like, what the fuck was I thinking? This sucks so bad. There's
one movie that I don't know where to place, and it's because this movie I don't know where to put it. So there's 2 movies that are like I don't like them really. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy watching this movie more, but I know it's worse. So It's hard.
There aren't that many so that's crazy. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a D.
Yeah, I'll hit the D. I'll hit it
Because
out, dude.
Batman
All right.
Returns is arguably worse.
Yeah.
Um, like us to Batman and Robin right now though
Mm-hmm.
is probably most people to Batman Returns. Like they feel the way about Batman Returns the way that
Dude,
we
Batman
do.
Returns, it's not fun.
No, Batman and
If you're
Robin
gonna,
is at least fun.
it's at least, dude. There's that motorcycle chase where they're like driving down the arm of a giant statue.
Right.
Like that's sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Why is that statue so big? I don't
Couldn't tell
know.
you.
Structurally, how is it so big?
It makes no sense. All right. Up next, we have the reboot, the one that changed everything. The reason the DCEU exists, probably the reason that Marvel movies are good, in some way. Batman.
Dude, honestly, this is an S,
hard S, capital S,
hard S. This changed action movies
for sure.
Forever. Like even Casino Royale, they talked about this movie. Like I read a thing where they said they were confident that they could make like a brutal James Bond because they made a brutal Batman. Like a dark
brutal,
Batman.
realistic Batman. Grounded in reality, but still eccentric and dark and crazy in a way that they had really never been able to go.
Right.
An amazing film that happens to be a Batman movie.
Right. It's so good. The whole training on the mountain with the League of Shadows, all that stuff is so
that's
good.
what we've never gotten to see.
Right.
With Batman in live action. And they couldn't have picked a better Bruce Wayne.
No.
Couldn't have had a better guy making the movies. And this is my favorite Batman movie.
100% my favorite.
All right.
Undeniable. Can't say anything more about it. Even, dude, I honestly like his suit in this one better too than the next two.
Yeah, before it was comfortable.
Yeah. He looks cooler. He looks better.
Yeah.
I don't like the tech suit. That's why the Arkham games were always so tough for me because I hated his suit.
You don't like the way he looks? Well, there's also 30 skins you can choose from. So like right away, there's like 5 suit options.
I know. I always put like a more like spandex looking suit on him. I don't like.
It's funny that the
armor,
the Arkham suit is like iconic at this point as like the Arkham suit.
Right. I don't like it.
It's got its own little stand.
Or the Injustice suit. That shit is awful.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like with all the digital tech upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. Superman has funky dumbass armor and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right.
Why does Superman need armor?
Stupid. From Brainiac, but whatever.
Whatever, dude. All right.
Up next, we have Academy Award winning The Dark Knight.
And this changed the Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
This was the movie that made them go to 10 Best Picture nominations. This is an A for me.
It's an S for me.
Fair.
I got triple S's right now.
I mean, this is the movie I've seen in the theater the most. When I was 19 when this came out. I couldn't believe it. I think the movie is better made than it actually is. Actually, I don't even know if I can
like
say
it's
that.
better made than the movie is.
Yeah. I don't even think I'm not even confident with that statement anymore.
Yeah.
So but it's really good. It's undeniable.
Yeah, I would say the only Rachel's existence is really the only thing that bogs it down a tiny bit.
Yeah, but it's
and that in turn, yeah, it is, but that in turn is like becomes the problem with Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, for sure.
So we'll get there. We'll get into that, I guess, right now.
But Rachel's also, what's the trope? The woman in the refrigerator. The woman that has to die for the hero to like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's a thing. Yeah, that part's not great. Also, I love. Oh, this is something that we can talk about. I don't know if Christopher Nolan thinks it's really funny. He has to, but in all of his movies, the cop banter is so funny. In Batman Begins, you have that he's flying on rooftops, insanely funny.
Right.
In The Dark Knight, you have the guy from Boiler Room who is driving the truck with Harvey Dent in the back, and
Right.
he's always like, is that a bazooka? Air cav. And I don't know. There's all kinds of like
they're
stupid
so
cop banter.
stupid, and
They are.
whenever he writes them, and I hope that that's intentional.
And then in Rises, there's that the fat cop with the rookie cop who shoots his little gun thing. It's so
Right.
funny.
It also Dark Knight has the opening of the Dark Knight is my favorite cold open to a Batman movie.
Well, there's only been 2 cold opens.
Any opening, cold, hot, warm. My dogs are hungry. Right into, I'm not wearing hockey pads.
My dogs are hungry.
Come on. I knew right then. It was like, this is good.
What gives you the right?
I like the Ben Affleck version of that. I'm not wearing fucking hockey pads, dude. If only he got to say it.
Yeah.
You sure it's an A?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I consider an S to be the 2 best, and those are Phantasm and Batman Begins.
Yeah,
I don't think it's as good as.
I like.
It's not
Batman
as good as
Begins
Batman
more.
Begins.
I agree with you, but I can't say that it's worse.
It's
than
also.
Batman Begins.
Which I don't think it's worse. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's as much of a Batman movie as Batman Begins.
It's not. It's like.
There's too much
Look
shit
how great
happening.
the Joker is. Yeah,
there's too much shit happening in the daytime too.
that is true. But I'm gonna stick with it as an S. I feel like I would be doing it an injustice. No pun intended.
It's an A for me. It's an A.
All right. Up next we have The Dark Knight Rises. I feel like yours is gonna be crazy low for you.
It's a D.
D. Wow. It's right next to Batman and Robin for you. That is shocking.
The back half of the movie is not good.
I don't agree that it's not good.
It's stupid.
I don't agree.
It's stupid. It's
yeah,
dumb.
sure. I don't dislike this movie the way that you do.
I don't dislike it. I am fine with it. I think it's easily one of the worst Christopher Nolan movies,
if not the worst.
Yeah,
I would give it I would put it on a B on the tier.
The whole conceit of the movie that Bruce Wayne gives up being Batman for 8 years because his girlfriend died.
I know.
Is so stupid. It wouldn't happen.
That is fundamentally like
wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's
and the movie,
not Batman.
The movie should have been that you got the end of the Dark Knight where he goes on the run from the cops and he finally becomes like the enemy of the police. Yeah. That's what he was always.
You're like, Batman now.
Gordon is his only ally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I want the second movie or the last movie, him on the run fighting the police, also fighting the bad guys, trying to prove he is Gotham's savior. Like that to me is that he wouldn't the whole reason he's Batman is because his parents were murdered. Mm-hmm. Why is he going to quit being Batman?
Because someone else I know. Murdered? I would say it's stupid. That aspect is as sinful as anything in Batman Returns.
Yeah,
it's as stupid as anything Batman Returns, but I think it's a good movie. Like as a movie,
it's well made.
It's a great movie.
It's well made. Anne Hathaway murders it. It's probably like
Tom Hardy Bane. Dom said Tom Hardy Bane is next level, and that's how I would describe him as well.
Yeah, he's great. The opening is insane. I think that it's awesome the way they updated his character. I think making him part of the League of Shadows is great. I think his mask rocks. I think it's awesome how they made a guy who's like 5'8" look really big.
Look huge. I would say this is something that I have a beef with. If you can practically explain to me Scarecrow's fear gas in Batman Begins,
Mm-hmm.
then the concept of Venom making Bane strong is not so crazy. I don't
I don't
need
think
him to
that's
just be a super soldier.
um
There's no Venom in the movie, and I think
there
that could have
isn't
been cool.
there when at the end Batman slashes him with his gauntlets
Mm-hmm.
and like a piece comes out and you can hear air coming out and
Yeah,
it's like that mask is it's not giving him venom to make him stronger, but it seems like the mask is dulling whatever pain he's going through.
Hmm.
So it's like he is always that strong and the
Sure.
venom is just keeping him from becoming weak, which I think is kind of the same difference.
A little bit, but like go full Batman if you're gonna be Batman,
Yeah.
and give it
I
to
mean, this movie is honestly, it doesn't seem like it because the movie seems so realistic, but it's straight up
the kookiest
like
one.
kooky. Dude, he shuts down the city, blows up all the bridges, and then there's like just a random nuclear warhead driving
Yeah,
around on a truck. Like, that's the movie?
yeah. I mean, like the Lazarus Pit being in there in general.
I, I think, yeah, I mean, that part was brilliant. Like
Amazing.
the way they did that was really cool. Um, and
The
it
like
and it tied
Scarecrow
back.
leading the council when
Yeah, that
Gotham
was good too.
that shit is awesome.
And Hector from Fast and Furious being in it was cool.
Fucking Hector.
But the tying it the why did we fall into back into it was brilliant, obviously.
The ending. Do you not?
Um,
So you don't like the ending?
with him dying.
Yeah.
No, so one time me and Joe, I think True Love played a show and we went to a restaurant after, just him and me, or maybe we were just hanging out, I don't know. But we talked about like what the ending should have been. I don't like, especially looking back on it now, freeing the police to go fight the revolutionaries.
Sure.
That didn't really age too
Yeah, it
well.
doesn't hold up.
But it should have been like the ending of not the ending, but the defeating the mutants in The Dark Knight Returns, where there's this all-out war of different gangs fighting each other, and then Batman and Bane meet in a pit and fight each other hand-to-hand combat, one-on-one, and Batman wins.
That's that. I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's where it should have ended up because at the
And
end he gets shot with a fucking rocket from the bike.
dude, and you don't see him die.
It's over.
He's gone. Oh, and then Talia, her death scene.
Yeah,
If that's the scene, that's the take that made the movie, I got to see the rest of them.
I know.
That is so. She's an Academy Award winner.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's undeniably amazing. There's like looking back on it, yeah, I can nitpick all day.
Dude, the John Blake stuff, I hated it. JGL's character, that sucked. The whole
Worthless.
Robin thing sucked.
Worthless.
I saw you when I was an orphan, and I was like, "Oh, you're an orphan? Oh, you must have been Batman then." I just figured it out, man.
Fuck. Like, yeah, nobody else could do that, but you're
Yeah.
dumbass. You a
Yeah.
fucking beat cop or whatever you are.
And I don't have a problem with him dying or faking his death. Like, just like I said,
I mean,
it would've
you
been cooler.
hate Nightfall, the aspect of that in general. So like the idea
Uh,
of like
I
the
mean-
Nightfall protocol being triggered and
Right.
some
But-
fucking random cop taking over.
But I do like the idea of, just like in Dark Knight Returns, Bruce Wayne faking his death and then like, it would have been cooler to me, John Blake's terrible character aside, if John Blake gets into the Batcave and Bruce is there.
Bruce
and
is
he's
there.
saying, "Welcome to the League of Shadows. You're Batman now, and I'm gonna turn you into Batman."
Right.
Because, dude, John Blake's first night on the street in a Batman suit, he
He'd be
wasn't
like,
trained by ninjas.
Fuck.
He's gonna
Yeah.
get his ass kicked.
Kicked. Absolutely shredded. And maybe that does happen, you know?
It's not a good ending.
Nah. We're left wondering still. But we're talking about it.
No one else is, though.
There you go. So that's it for
All
that. It's a hard B for me, a hard D for you. And up next we have Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition. You want me
Where
to
did
tell
I
you
put
it is?
Batman? Where did I put Batman 89?
B,
B.
I think. You
What
better
do I have
know.
as A? The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and do your spiel while I think about it.
It's an A for me.
Yeah. It's an A. I have such a hard time with this because the warehouse scene is an S.
It's like the best Batman scene in all of
Yeah.
Batman.
It looks like straight out of the animated series.
Yeah.
It looks so good. But the rest of the movie is
It's a lot of work.
B or C. I don't know.
I would go as far as to say, other than Martha scene, every Batman aspect of it is an A.
He kills too many people. I don't like it.
I don't think he does. It was
I think
non-lethal. I would the thing I don't like is I failed him in life, I won't fail him in death. 6
Damn.
hours after you were beating the shit out of each other, you know?
Yeah, there was not enough time for reconciliation.
I can't believe my best friend that I hated yesterday
Yeah.
dead. Fuck.
Well, that's the problem. Superman shouldn't have died. He should have died in Justice League.
Yes.
If you're gonna kill him.
But I
at
guess
all.
but us never seeing Zack Snyder's Justice League really means that he never should have died. You know, like we never got to see the full vision that we're about to in 2 months.
Right.
So,
but imagine if Iron Man died in Iron Man 2.
No, exactly. And
this is so stupid.
It's basically Superman 1, Man of Steel, Superman 2, Death of Superman. Like,
so yeah.
It's
you know this guy you just
insane.
met and
He's
you're
dead
only
now.
kind of care about, he's dead.
It's like if Game of Thrones ended after season 1. Like Ned Stark is dead.
I mean that's
series finale.
That's kind of the beauty of it is he's dead. You think he's the main character, but he's not. But everyone knows that Superman's the main character.
Superman. Yeah, he's the main character of comic books.
Yeah. So it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
So like,
but other than that, hard.
The warehouse scene is an S. I'm down with brutal Batman. I'm down because it makes sense. It's just like all these fucking turds that are mad that Luke Skywalker's jaded in The Last Jedi. It makes sense for the character. It makes sense for Batman.
Absolutely.
20 years, crime hasn't gone away, and
now he's got aliens to worry about other than fucking penguins and jokers and shit, clowns and.
So I get him being brutal. I think he was a little reckless with the car. That's all I'm saying.
It's non-lethal.
He was a little reckless with his car.
Non-lethal.
But like I said, if I'm giving it that speech where he's like, if there's ever a 1% chance that he's our enemy, we have to take it as absolute. That's just good.
That's like Batman in real life would say that.
He rocked in the movie. He
Affleck?
Incredibly, yeah, he was great.
Legendary.
I give Affleck an S.
Affleck.
I always give him an S.
Yeah.
He gets an S.
Agreed.
The movie I give probably a C. Is on the C tier.
I feel you. I'm not gonna sit here and argue for it.
The problem with the movie is Superman. It's not really
for
Batman.
Sure. Yeah. And it goes back to the same problems created in Man of Steel.
Right. So it's not Batman's fault that he's in a movie where Batman is kind of wasted. Zack Snyder should never have made Superman movies, to be honest. So
he didn't get it.
Or written
doesn't
them
get
yet.
Superman.
No. And Man of Steel is good until the end.
Until the end, and
I don't like the Pa Kent stuff.
Pa Kent, that shit sucks.
That ain't good. That ain't good advice.
Like him not being able to control him dying is that's his whole motivation. But instead, him just being like,
right, and
don't come save me.
And also just
even though
Pa
you're
Kent
fast
being
as
like,
fuck.
Pa Kent being like, I don't know if you should do this. Like, maybe you should have let those kids die.
Yeah, like what? You
Come
pussy,
on, dude.
You have you cannot use it. Don't.
That is what Kevin Costner would say in Yellowstone, though.
Absolutely.
You should let those kids die.
Yeah, exactly.
For this family, I would let a whole busload of kids die.
Straight, absolutely. So I guess at least he's consistent there.
Yeah.
But no, I ride for this movie to the death.
I do too. And just me making it a C doesn't mean it's that I don't. Because I am truly entertained by it, and Batman is great in it, and I watch it more than I should probably.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and like I said earlier, like almost every Batman aspect of the entire 3-hour runtime is awesome. The problems lie in the exposition is the biggest issue. Like the way the story is told is fucking insane.
Well, it's because until the Ultimate Edition, the story was not told.
It was not there. If you are not 1,000% invested in what you're seeing, you're not going to have any goddamn idea what's going on.
Or you're just not going to care. It's not really an interesting story.
No.
It's not that
like
no,
with
it's
Lois
not
and the whole thing, the setup in the beginning is just like, I don't.
Why?
Yeah.
Dude,
what? Why is this?
They spent so much money on the Africa stuff, and it's like, or the Congress stuff. Why is any of this in the movie,
dude?
All right, we're wasting time because we're gonna talk about this when we watch the
that's
movie.
true.
But his theme is great.
Still
Also, the Hans Junkie XL theme.
Dude, the entire score is for
very
this
good.
and Man of Steel are
Very
absolutely masterful.
All right,
Let's move on to that. I got it out there. Deluxe 3 LP set. All right.
From whomst? Did you see Mondo's doing all the DC scores on vinyl?
I did. I hope they do that again.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Up next is Lego Batman movie.
Where did I put Batman Returns?
You gave it an F.
I give it an F.
You give Lego Batman an F?
You gave me an F?
I'm gonna give it an E.
Dude, I'm not here for laughs, man.
I agree.
Don't make fun of Batman. I walked out of this movie.
I didn't walk out of it. I watched it. The weirdest thing ever with this. I worked this job in Pasadena. I did comms engineering for the NAACP Image Awards. And I worked next to this guy the entire day I'd never met in my life. Never talked to him before. He was awesome. We got along great. Went to go see it at the ArcLight after in Sherman Oaks. And our seats were right next to each other.
And it was Will Arnett.
No, but Will Arnett stepped on my foot at Big Brother. Hard as fuck. Like he was.
Isn't he a big guy? He's kind of tall.
Yeah, he was like 6'3", 6'4". He was taller than me for sure. And like I'm not a step. This motherfucker stomped on me.
He did it on purpose.
Absolutely wrecked me. And just went, sorry. And gone. And I was like, oh, like, oh my God, Job. What the fuck, man? It was good. Like if that was intentional, it was awesome. If it wasn't, then damn. Yeah, this movie sucks, but like I still think it's better than Batman Returns. I think it's a better Batman movie than Batman Returns.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't want to laugh.
No, we don't need to.
I don't want you to don't make fun of it.
I'm with you 100%. But I'm putting it above Batman Returns just as a gimmick at this point. Because
all right, fine. Do that for me too then.
Okay, you got it.
No, don't do it because I hate them both. Fuck them both.
Okay, got it. Up next is Joss Whedon's Justice League.
Wait. So if we're just doing movies that Batman is in, he was also in Suicide Squad.
I know. I'm not doing. That's not. He's in. Like
he was kind of ill in that though.
All right, then that B.
S. I was just kidding.
No, we're not counting that. Justice League is like half Batman.
Dude. All right. Did I give an E yet?
I don't think you did.
I give it an E for two moments. One
both musical.
Both are musical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically those two scenes.
Yeah, I got you.
The Danny
Superman's
Elfman
theme for 1
second.
second. Batman's theme for 1 second.
The opening is criminal. The Batman opening is there is a moment where the robber from Mindhunter turns his head and sees Batman perched on a gargoyle or something like that.
Mhm.
That is sick. Like that's something
The way, yeah,
that
the
I want.
way he looks is cool.
But
Okay.
then the rest of the scene is so goofy and poorly choreographed and
Abominable.
looks bad, and the
Inexcusable.
dialogue is
Dude, the
fucking
dialogue
horrible.
is the worst written thing I've ever heard.
And then what comes next is god awful. Is that stupid song?
Oh my
The
god, dude, the opening credit.
everybody knows. Who let that happen? Was that a Zack Snyder idea?
I was
Whose
instantly.
idea was that?
I don't know. It couldn't have been. I guess we'll see in March. But I remember instantly just looking around like, and is this real? Like, has the movie started yet? This is what they're doing.
I could not.
The movie's an hour and 59 minutes long, and that's like 3
On
minutes that they
purpose.
chose to take. Is three
Yes.
of those minutes? What is that percentage wise? What's
That
3 minutes of
is
2 hours?
a point and a half, a percentage and a half.
That's so much time.
In movies, that is actually.
There's
That's
almost,
like, how much is a page? Isn't a page supposed to be a minute
yeah.
in movie script world?
So that's like 3 pages of this song, of the worst song I've ever heard.
Why do they even need to have credits?
I don't know.
The Nolan movies didn't have credits. Man of Steel didn't have credits.
They wanted less movie. They wanted to show less.
And now guess what? We're getting double movie.
Double. More than double. Because
Yeah.
it's an hour and 59. All right, so
Yes,
that
exactly.
should be it. But right now, I want to talk about the Batman trailer one more time. Because the Batman trailer, for me, is S tier. Is one of my favorite Batman movies. Just this trailer.
It's the scene where he's beaten down the Joker looking gang. It's brilliant because the camera doesn't move. It doesn't cut. It doesn't show anyone's reaction. He's beating the fuck out of this guy.
Absolutely pulverizing him.
And then when the final punch, when he goes down so fast, and then he just gets a couple more, and then you get, I'm vengeance.
He's basically just saying, look what I can do.
Yeah, basically, he's going. That's a Batman that's still angry. Like,
he's still going through it, working out every motivation that got him there.
Yeah,
one punch at a time.
It's
gonna be an S.
I love the Batmobile too.
Oh, dude, it looks awesome.
It looks insane.
It looks real.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, this is the event.
It's a muscle car with like a fighter jet engine on the back.
That's all I've ever wanted to see.
Yeah. So
that's
it.
You want to do Twitter questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Twitter world.
All right.
That was fun.
That was great.
Are we gonna scroll back to last week's too?
Yeah, we'll go back to last week. Do you think Nolan has it in him to make a great Bond film? Or do you think post-Tenet, the audience and studios have lost faith in his vision of filmmaking, i.e. because of sound mixes and crazy plots? This is
No.
Joseph W. Mitchell.
Hell no.
It's too late. They're never going to let him do it now, and I doubt that he wants to do it now. And I think Tenet was him being like, this is my Bond movie.
Here's the thing, is the No Time to Die is the first Bond movie directed by an American. I guarantee you they offered it to Christopher Nolan before they offered it to him.
I would think so as well.
And I think that Christopher Nolan lives in a world where he doesn't need to play by anyone else's rules.
Sure.
And if he got a James Bond movie, he would have to play by their rules.
He would, but here's the thing. I do think he wants to. I think it's like on his bucket list. I read something that said Tenet was like, he went into it thinking about Bond, you know?
Right. And you can tell.
He purposefully avoided, he said it was the longest period of his life where he didn't watch a Bond movie while making Tenet and like prepping for Tenet because he didn't want.
I do that. Do you do that too when you're writing stuff?
Absolutely. Well, either that or I go way overboard.
Well, no, what I do is I don't listen to anything modern that's kind of like it.
Yeah, no, it's same because I'm
Yeah.
afraid that I'm gonna do something.
I don't want to steal from a friend,
by
but
accident.
I'll steal from some washed up guy all day.
Every song.
Right.
But yeah, no, and I'll also find myself while I'm trying to write something like hard or heavy, my brain doesn't want to hear that.
Right.
Like
Totally.
that's when I'm in full gaga mode, because it's like
Right.
I know that I have to do these extreme things, but it's like I just want to hear.
Right.
It's hard. Yeah, I don't think that he'll ever do one. I think that he wants to, but it's just too late.
And I think like the question is saying like studios lost faith in his vision. Like, no. He's
immortal.
Tenet is an anomaly. Tenet is an anomaly because it was released during a pandemic. I think that if it were released in theaters, it would have made a boatload of money. I don't know if people would have liked the movie as much, but
just because more people would have seen it.
Yeah. Tarantino made Death Proof. A lot of people didn't like that. And guess what?
And look
He's
at him.
Immortal too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He can do anything he wants.
Yeah. So next question is from End Times Fun. Gremlins or Gremlins 2?
I've only seen Gremlins.
I'm going to go ahead and say I know that Gremlins holds no nostalgia for me because it wasn't just a movie I cared about at that time when I was like discovering movies. I really don't give a fuck about either one. But I guess I would say Gremlins.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gremlins 2.
This one is from Mario. How do you guys prep for each episode? During the podcast, you go to the movies each week. What has changed? Well, Mario, can't fucking do that anymore. But yeah, that was like the entire motivation of the thing was we go to the movie together and then we talk about it the next day or something. So now
it became really hard when we had jobs. That if you were here from the beginning, you knew that Colin and I didn't do shit. We were doing. I feel like we were doing like 2 episodes a week, weren't we?
Dude, we were like we could probably start doing one every day. I feel like.
Yeah, it was. It was insane.
And this was right around Movie Pass time, which I didn't use at home a whole lot, but like that's why we talked about everything that came out. We did. You guys did a King Arthur episode.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it the other day. It was $4.99.
You bought it the other day. The score is amazing.
It's not honestly. It's pretty good.
It's fun,
good.
But the score is the best part by far.
Right.
Yeah. Now we just kind of text like a day or two beforehand and be like, "What do you want to talk about?"
Yeah.
And I thought ranking the Batman movies would be fun to do since we talk about it so often. Mark B asks, would you replace your back tattoo with Ben Affleck's back tattoo for free Duncan for life? No.
I don't really get down with Duncan, so.
Oh.
And would I have to experience the pain of a back tattoo?
That's where you're out.
The answer is no.
That's where I'm in the middle of one, and I don't want to do that.
I'm in the middle of one too, technically.
Yeah, won't do it.
I started it in 2012.
Evan Duckett, who designed our really cool outline thing we've got here, so thank you so much to OG Real Deal listener Evan for that. Asks favorite Pitbull track, the one where he says "Dale."
Probably his cover of Africa by Toto as seen in the Aquaman film.
There you go. Christian asks, when do you think we see Sinister Six in the MCU and who will be on the roster? I'm guessing Vulture, Mysterio, Scorpion, Doc Ock, Electro, and maybe Kraven.
Sounds right.
I'm going to Vulture and Scorpion for sure.
Mysterio, maybe. I don't know if he died or not.
Mysterio, maybe, if he's alive. I don't know if they're going Doc Ock yet. Oh, I guess Alfred Molina is confirmed.
He's in it, yeah. But who knows how big these cameos are going to be? Are they going to be real, like a real presence?
And is Kraven going to be imported from Sony?
I wonder how that works. Does Sony give Marvel Studios permission which bad guys they can use?
That has to be the case.
Right.
I don't know. I think you nailed it, sir.
I honestly don't care. I like him. The Sinister Six movie idea and all these fucking bad guy movies. I hate it. I don't like bad guys.
Yeah.
I'm here for the heroes. All right.
Because I don't want to root for them. I want to hate them.
No, and I'm sick of not every bad guy needs to be redeemable.
Exactly.
Some guys are just bad.
So, and sometimes just let their motivations be evil, you know?
Yeah. Some dudes can be bad. And it's okay for a bad guy to think he's good,
That's always the case.
but just let a bad guy be bad for once. Joker,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel bad for the Joker. I want the
agree.
Joker to be bad.
Yeah. He's scum. All right. Your current favorite at-home movie snacks. Oh, baby.
I feel like my whole life is snacks.
Oh, dude, I have so many.
I haven't really been eating much candy lately, unfortunately, because normally it's banana runs all the time. I would get them. Amazon, you can get like 3-pound bags. So I would do that. What have I been on? I've been ordering a lot of ice cream.
Ordering a lot of ice cream?
Like Postmating it.
I thought you weren't doing sugar.
That's not sugar. That's ice cream.
Oh, okay. I like it. Let's see where to begin for me. The sea salt.
I'm off candy, not on sugar.
Oh, okay. So the sea salt and black pepper chips, the big tan and black bag. I forget what they're called.
Kettle Brand.
Kettle Brand. Dude,
Yeah.
it's
Lovely
it's like
product.
a potato skin.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Kettle Brand is legit.
A couple days ago, I made Wingstop Ranch from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
That was an adventure. I got into the white chocolate Kit Kats lately.
Oh, I love white chocolate. I went through during the holidays. I got a little reckless with the white chocolate mochas at Starbucks.
Dude, I can't.
The burnt, was it the burnt? I don't know, the burnt. Shit.
I had one for the first time, Christmas Day.
I was going almost every day to get one.
I can't
They're
ever do
so good
because it's the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
They're like 800 calories per
Easily.
grande.
And I got two because I thought Lana wanted one, and she didn't.
So you drank?
I drank both.
They're really good.
That's the best thing I've ever tasted. Also, what I do at home a lot is McConnell's ice cream, which is sold in stores or just at the McConnell's locations. And I'm a big fan of chocolate shell, the magic shell.
Oh,
So
wait. Is that just like cold hard fudge?
So it starts as like liquid syrup and then it hardens.
It's McDonald's.
Yes.
Fudge. That they sell that. Question mark?
Yes.
They sell that.
Magic shell. Yeah.
Where?
Any supermarket ever, anywhere.
How do you get it hot?
You don't. It automatically freezes.
How?
It's technology. It's magic shell. So it starts as just like regular syrup. You don't refrigerate it. You put it
right. Okay.
You pour it on the ice cream, and as soon as it touches it, it starts hardening. So within like 30 seconds or a minute, it's hard. I'm going to that store to get some right after this.
I have some Pasadena local ice cream in the fridge right now. Freezer.
What is it? Ice Paradise?
No, it's Paradise is okay. It's not that good.
I don't really like it.
Carmela.
I ain't never heard of that.
Carmela's pretty good. They have an Afters in Pasadena now. We've gotten it. I've gotten it a few times.
What do you get when you're there?
I get the cereal milk.
Do you just get a scoop or do you get a Milky Bun?
No, I get 2 scoops.
Okay.
I don't know about any of their fancy.
I'm gonna tell you
stuff.
There was a while where a couple times a week.
I know you were. The one in Highland Park.
No, that too. That was a while, but I was walking there and back, which was like 8 miles round trip.
That's
so
true,
it was
yeah.
gone. No, the one in Sherman Oaks that was like half a mile from my apartment. I would walk there get 2 Milky Buns, and eat them on the way home.
I remember anytime there was a show program, you would go there too.
I would go there and get 2 Milky Buns.
That's insane.
Yeah, I should be much bigger, but I'm hanging on for dear life here.
Those days are over.
Yeah, we'll see. Rick asks, do y'all collect any boutique Blu-rays? If not, which ones are you interested in? And if so, what is your favorite?
I don't know.
I have like
what's a
every
boutique?
Star Wars box set ever released.
Is that what a boutique Blu-ray is?
I think so. I have the
Like a hard to find thing.
Yeah, like a complete collection with like 10 bonus discs and shit.
Oh. I don't really. Shannon has like 200 Criterion movies.
Wow.
I really dumbed her down, I think, over the course of our relationship.
Yeah.
She didn't used to eat fast food. She used to watch Criterion movies.
Yeah, but now she also likes Meet the Fockers more than like any movie ever, right? She's obsessed with Meet the Fockers.
She loves the whole trilogy, dude.
And what? Parenthood is like her favorite movie ever?
No, Father of the Bride.
Father of the Bride. Basically, Parenthood too. She's obsessed.
Father of the Bride's good, though.
It is good. All right, that's it for the last week questions. Let's see what we missed today. Mario asks, Mario, the man, what's one classic TV show or movie you'd like to be be remade and fan casted? That's a lot of work, Mario. Classic TV show.
I actually thought of this one, and it was really hard. I tried to do All in the Family because I grew up watching that, but I think All in the Family might be.
Can't fly today. Can't happen.
It can't, but it could. Like All in the Family, Archie Bunker's always trying to he's learning a lesson about how to not be such a piece of shit.
He's basically
maybe
Michael
that's
Scott.
what America. That's like kind of what America needs right now. Maybe.
So would you say Steve Carell as Archie Bunker?
Whew. I don't know if Steve Carell's got it in him to be a piece of
He's
shit.
got
like
it.
this.
Have you seen Fox?
Just like a dad that doesn't know that these bad words are bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Gritty's cousin Greg asks, is Ted Lasso the best new TV show in half a decade?
Have you watched it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I've only watched the first 5 episodes. And I stopped because I was like, Shannon needs to watch this. This is like a show made for Shannon. It's
IGN's TV show of the year over Mandalorian.
It's straight up. It's like, it's so good. I want to cry every episode. It's just
Okay.
he's good. It makes me feel good.
I like that. And I'm a Sudeikis guy. I love him. Poor fella.
Oh,
Poor guy.
I wonder what happened.
He's blown away by it. Dude, they were together this fall. And he
For
didn't
10
expect
years they were
10
together.
years. Yeah, but here's the thing. When you're together for 10 years and you're not married, it's usually the dude's fault. There's some kind of weird
Is that
commitment
true?
thing.
You think?
They
They have
weren't- yeah.
kids.
Exactly. So I feel like it was a situation where he's like, nah, I don't want to be married. I blame
That
the guy
makes,
whenever
one-
that's the thing.
That makes one particular Ted Lasso episode really sad because it's kind of about that.
Interesting.
Which means he was probably filming it with some real pain.
Shit. Yeah. Going
Dude,
through
now
it.
she's with Harry Styles.
Shit, that's like, it's so.
That
brutal.
sucks,
You do
dude.
not come back.
That
from
hurts.
Yeah. Okay, Bro Die asks, how do we feel about the new Blade movie in the works? Excited or not? What am I, a fucking
Yeah,
piece
well,
of shit? Why the hell wouldn't I be excited?
Mahershala.
It's the greatest.
Mahershala.
It's the greatest casting of all time. It's the one
Mahershala.
time. Yeah, it's the one time in history a guy said, "Listen, I'm going to be this character," and the studio said, "Okay."
He walked in and said, and he's like, "Hey, Kevin, it's me,
It's me, Blade.
Mahershala. It's me, Blade."
Yes, sir.
Dude, I need this I need this immediately.
Can't fucking wait. So,
Of course,
yeah,
we're
that
excited.
answers
What kind
that.
of have you listened to this show,
Come
guy?
on, Bro Die.
Who said this?
Bro Die said it. At Destroy the Op.
Bro, die.
That's a dope ass.
Well, listen
at.
up.
He's a Twitch affiliate. That's pretty cool. He can help us out. All right. Last question. Mars Loof. I did some recon on this one. Marslouf asked,
Okay.
I know this is old format, but top 5 movie theater experiences. I wrote mine down.
Okay, let's hear it.
That I these are rough.
I'll think about mine.
I'm
real
gonna go in
fast.
reverse order, so that the last one hits a little harder. Number 1,
Okay.
Avengers Endgame,
Right.
all time. I've never felt that way.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
It was simply one of the greatest 2 hours and 45 minutes of my life.
of my life, absolutely. Number 2, the first Spider-Man.
Okay.
Opening credits rolling. I couldn't believe it was real. Basically, the entire movie, I couldn't believe it was real. And it's one of those movies where you go, "Oh no, this is gonna end." Like, oh fuck, like no, this is gonna.
Yeah.
This movie has to end at some point. That sucks.
Right.
Um, yeah, that's like a landmark moment in time for me in my life. Number 3, The Force Awakens.
Okay.
From the Lucasfilm logo on, I was basically crying the entire time. So that really sticks with me. Very, very emotional experience. Like that was my first time as an adult seeing a new Star Wars movie, and it's amazing. I still stand by it. So yeah, that's a big one. Number 4, The Phantom Menace. That was where I learned that Star Wars movies could be kind of bad, and like even though I didn't fully feel that,
Dude, you didn't think it was bad.
no, it's not that I thought it was bad, but it was like what? I'm not sure what just happened in that movie.
That's on my list too, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I loved everything about it until I was like 20.
But you didn't understand it, because like, and that was
I
my
didn't-
thing is I was like, I don't understand what they're talking about. Dad, what were they saying? Like, what is this trade?
Well, yeah, the trade stuff is so stupid, and obviously, like, I didn't really understand why people called Jar Jar racist or Watto racist, or the transmission.
All I knew, yeah, unless the transmission stuff. All I knew was that I saw the greatest lightsaber fight in the history of Star Wars.
Yes, that was back when. I remember this vividly because that was back when you could bring a lightsaber that lit up into the theater, which is psychotic.
Yeah, the whole
but I did
theater
it.
was just.
Yeah.
Number 5 was the ending of Split, because it's the reason that we do this podcast.
It is, and that shit that blew us away.
Audible gasp.
Yeah.
There's been few audible theater gasps that I've made. And that was like, it was like like full lung expansion. I was 50 pounds heavier, so it was 50 pounds more of lungs expanding and sheer disbelief at what I had just seen.
Yeah, that was wild.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
Literally, in a way, yeah. So yeah.
All right, so ours are all basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers Endgame was just
transcendent.
Too much
Greatest
to bear. Star Wars Episode 1, tied with probably Episode 5, because when that released in theater, my dad took me to Empire, having not seen A New Hope yet, and it was only because that was the only tickets we could get. So he was excited to go, and he was excited to show it to me, but we couldn't get tickets to A New Hope.
Oh, that sucks. I almost put those as instead of Phantom Menace.
Right.
But I feel
and
like
then,
as
and
a
then
theater experience, that was such a
right. So there's that. X-Men 2, X-Men United, the opening Nightcrawler scene. So I saw this movie with my grandpa, who hadn't seen the first one. He wanted to see some other movie, and I was like, "No, we're gonna go see this."
Not a fucking chance, Grandpa. Buy me a damn ticket honestly. And sit your old ass down.
And that movie blew me away. And I'm having trouble thinking about it. I feel like I haven't been to a movie theater in forever.
It feels so goddamn good.
Honestly, Iron Man. Sticking around for the post credits.
I that was another similar thing where I was with Spider-Man, where I was watching that
Yeah.
thinking, oh no, at some point this movie's going to be over.
Right.
And like I feel like it just ended.
Yeah. And I could put Dark Knight on here because I drove from Florida to Michigan in one night. And I called Dom at like 9 a.m.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey, I'm finally in town. My parents want to go see The Dark Knight, but I'd rather see it with you first. So I'm not going to tell them that I'm going to go see it.
Mm.
So we saw the first showing on the opening day. And then I went home after that and I saw it again with my parents.
See, my first Dark Knight theater experience was terrible. Do you want to know why?
Really? Why?
Front row of the dome.
No. Easily the worst seats in any theater in
Worst
America.
seats in the history of movie theaters in the world. And that's
And
where
if
I
you
saw
get those good seats, then it's something to behold.
Unless a guy sitting next to you smells like shit.
And the movie's terrible.
No, that was Logan was where the guy smelled like shit.
Oh, I thought it was.
So I was
Transformers.
balancing this beautiful piece of art and shit coming. It was like
that's no good.
All of my senses were confused.
That's no good.
That's
brutal.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's really bad. And then I have one more. I saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall alone. And I was crying, laughing the whole movie. For like, I think until Pineapple Express came out, to me, that was the funniest movie ever made. And I was like, this movie is so funny that I don't need a friend next to me or people around me laughing to like bounce that energy.
That's really
like, it was just, like you ever see a movie and you see it by yourself and everyone says it's funny and you're like, I don't know if this is that funny.
That's what happened with me with Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
There you go.
And Step Brothers.
That's crazy.
I remember thinking like, yeah, these are funny. And then I saw both again. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? These are two of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah. Forgetting Sarah Marshall was so funny that I was crying, laughing alone. And I felt like that.
That was super bad for me. I saw that by myself in tears the entire time.
Right.
Pineapple Express. God damn.
Pineapple Express.
Fucked up. Beyond.
Oh, I would say out of all those movies, like even I would say Anchorman to now, because Anchorman is kind of the beginning of that crew.
It is, yeah.
Like Superbad, Pineapple Express, Forgetting Sarah Marshall are the ones that are probably the most timeless.
I'll watch it. And a 40-year-old virgin for me. You know that.
Yeah,
I'm a freak.
I think with 2021 eyes, it's a little creepy. The movie.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's still just. I think that if you did, you would agree.
Probably.
Dude, Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express is.
It's simply better every time.
Every time you find a tiny little thing that you didn't see before
that wrecks me.
Yeah.
And
the other guys is like that too.
Dude, the other guys was the exact same thing. I saw it in theaters and I thought, this isn't good. Like, I don't like this. Second time, it was like, this is again one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. hard laughs. All right, I think that's enough for today. Hour and a half. Nice. Thanks for joining us. To the people.
How long?
Hour and a half.
Whoa, that's a long time.
I know. I'm starving. I'm going to Wingstop. So
I gotta go work out.
Yeah. You crazy for that one. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Hit the link for the Patreon and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.